Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday out there. Got to apologize. My voice is a little messed up. Probably got to talk a little quieter and a little less today, but yeah, happy Thursday. Let me see how we're doing here. People can hear us over on X. A little quieter and a little less today, but it looks like it's working other than my voice, but that is what it is. Yeah, give people a chance to get in here. You see from the chart, Cash Cat got this report. I haven't verified it because it just came out, but it makes sense when you look at Cash Cat here. Wicked all the way up to 210 million. It's been sitting around, 50 million. We've been talking about it. Robinhood, the biggest one on Robinhood, and wicked up to 210 and now sitting at 145. And the reason is Robinhood, the actual Robinhood app with hundreds of millions of users, tens of millions of users, list Robinhood chain meme token Cash Cat. And we talked about this. They have this ability. What if they listed some of the stuff from their Robinhood chain over on the app? I mean, that's as big as it gets. I mean, that opens it up to cajillion people, I don't know how many people they have. Tens of millions, could be hundreds of millions. That's huge, right? And shout out to all the people holding Cash Cat. I owned it, but I thought it was kind of dying out, right? And they probably said, okay, we need to revive this hype. And I don't think very many tokens will get listed over there, but man, that's absolutely massive. I mean, maybe bigger than Binance or any of these because there's just, millions and millions. I'll find out the exact number, but I'm sure you could ask Grok or Google it or whatever. It's got to be in the hundreds of millions. I mean, it's a massive, massive app. All the kids use it. That's what my wife uses. I mean, it's huge. So when they take something off the Robinhood chain and list it over there, that's like getting the Coinbase listing. That's like getting a Binance listing, all these. So wow, that's a big move. Shout out to all the holders. They just got a triple or a double or a quadruple, depending on when they sold. Even right now, it's about a triple from where it's been trading, and it was up to a 4x. And it may go crazy from here now that people start to find out about it. I don't know, but a good move on their part and very, very impressive. But yeah, if you're just joining me, apologize. My voice is messed up. I don't know if I have laryngitis or dehydration or what's going on here, something, but probably a cold coming on or something. I'm sneezing too. But anyway, crude oil, 75.84 market's been open for about 6. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I've got to refresh this. Make sure we're looking at the latest stuff here. I'm going to have to talk a little quieter. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. So, yeah, actually, crude oil flat, 75.20. It was up almost 1% in pre-market. But here we are at down 0.03. So that's good. Maybe some, things are basically remaining the same. It's hard to know over there what's going on with what's going on because you can't just believe any side, right? I do have some news today, but I just checked the oil price. Hold on, let me take some pills here. Okay, so SpaceX has a big unlock tomorrow. 20%. It's what 9. I don't know, I've got an article on it, but right now they're trading up 2%, $1.10. And let's look at the NASDAQ, negative 0.01. That's flat. Basically, now it's positive 0.01. Basically flat. Means the market doesn't know what to do. Dow up 0.11, S&P 0.5. That's a flat market. That's not. Oh, interesting. Kathy Woods buys Taiwan Semiconductor and SpaceX after trimming Amazon. Interesting. yeah, so the market, I call it flat. Let's go look at crypto. Bitcoin actually up a little for the day, but this is the daily chart. We're at 64,276 basically, up 0.4. You see, we were a little bit higher. We were up very, very close. I thought we were going to touch yesterday afternoon. I thought we were going to touch 65, but listen, I'm not going to complain. I'll take it on a Thursday. Clarity Act, tick tocking right down to the final minutes, not looking good. But anyway, 64,277. I'll take that. It's funny that these majors are kind of all over the place today. 1902 for Ethereum. It's up 2.2%. So it lagged the last couple of days. Yeah, we're now at 1901 and we're up 2.2%. XRP was kind of going the other way when I looked at it. Yeah. XRP's $1.45 basically, and it's down 1%. So complete divergence between Ethereum and these majors are usually pretty close, right? we show these four every day. Solana 73.06 down 0.4. So yeah, the majors are all kind of mixed. Ansem, we've been watching Ansem and Cashcat to kind of, and today the clear winners, Cashcat, Ansem 169.8, let's call it 170, down about 3%. And of course, Cashcat just absolutely going crazy on that listing. I mean, who knows how high it could go. I mean, it's so many more people. Now, do those people know about it? Are they going to hear about it? I don't know. This is kind of a niche thing, but Robinhood, smart on just a Chad move on Robinhood's saying, hey, we can do this if we want to. I mean, geez, I don't know how many of these are going to list on the app, but that's a huge, huge boost. I mean, not too much you can do. I mean, basically, everyone just got a triple. Some people got a 4X, If you had known that was happening, of course, they're going to keep that kind of thing really quiet, but crazy, man. And our TBB 16.5. Jason had a great interview yesterday with Leslie Moda. Used to be with David Gockstein's, now doing her own thing. Really good show, about an hour and 45 minutes. The community did a little pregame and postgame. Hey, Mr. Heine, GM. The big news, I don't know if you've seen it, Mr. Heine, but Robinhood, the app, the regular app, listed Cashcat, wicked up to 210 million, and now it's sitting about 150 million. So gave everyone a 3 or 4X. So we're just sitting here in shock that they did that. I mean, we always knew it was a possibility, but now normally if this was a real hot meme coin, this could be the road to $1 billion, right? But I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I don't know if it'll translate, but it's a big move on Robinhood Flex, because getting a Robinhood app was typically you'd get your Binance, your KuCoins, your whatever, and then you come your Coinbase, then you were going after Robinhood, and it usually took a long time before Pepe or any of these made on Robinhood. They just straight lined it. So yeah, big, yeah, mind blowing emoji, absolutely. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, geez, I wish I would have loved to have thrown 100K in there and got a 3X, 4X on it. I guess the people that were loyal to it and believed it, because it's been just, look at that. We talk about it every day. This is a 4-hour chart. That's a 1-hour chart. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. Going to be about the same, right? Well, see, it went way up, right? This was initially, then it came down. It's been going sideways, just bleeding, and then kind of making momentum up. And this is huge, But yeah, wow, big deal, man. I'm shocked, to be honest with you. But if this is a precedence, it's definitely going to give some credibility over to Robinhood, all the Vlad fanboys over there. So anyway, pretty cool. But anyway, our TBB 16.4 had a nice show yesterday, and the community's coming together after this big dip all the way down to 4.7 million, came all the way back to 20, and now we're sitting here at 16.4. community's doing a lot of shows. Jason's doing his thing. Announced a partnership yesterday with Cake Wallet and working on some other stuff. So just grinding, doing his shows. He's very effective on shows. And of course, the Baby Bull, our buddy DigiJoint. Now, this is a tax token, a 4% tax going in, 4% tax. We don't really see those. Those are kind of gimmicky, but it's a super cute. Their memes are super cute. What they do is they take 4% tax, 2% buys TBB, and it goes back. So that was kind of their thing, thinking they were helping TBB, but and then they creators keep 2%. But since they hold 65% of that, so with that airdrop, even a lot of TBBs going back to the dev wallet. But anyway, they're doing their thing, and it's a really cute meme and a little lore there. But 418 kind of, you can see it's kind of flat. We'll see if that can pop up. But TBB really retrace, and just all these things can take time. And there's a lot of other tokens we can talk about as well. But anyway, just kind of, we've been talking about those lately, and then Cash Cat just really shocked me this morning. But just kind of go through the news since my voice is crap. I can't talk too long. Putin signs landmark crypto deal law. Basically, they beat us to the Clarity Act. So if the U.S. doesn't do it, it's going to be a huge L for these, huge L for the Trump administration, huge L for the United States. Don't talk about the, do not talk about the, U.S. being if you can't pass the Clarity Act, there's no reason to talk about us being a leader in crypto, because it's not the fact. Now, they could always dump the 60 vote, filibuster. They don't need filibuster. You used to have to get up there and talk. They should do that anyway. They can't get the voting thing, because the voting is just going to continue to be, cheating and fake people, dead people voting and whatever. So if they can't clear, they ought to just nuke the filibuster. I promise when the Dems come back, first thing they'll do is that. So I think they ought to just nuke the filibuster is my thought. But these politicians are absolutely crap, worthless. And of course, they're so opposed to Trump. CFTC Chair Selig says agency ready to go with regulations, even if Clarity Act does not pass. And so will the SEC. And shout out to them. Problem is, it's not the same. Those trillions of dollars that are sitting on the sidelines, they're going to go somewhere else. They're not going to come to the United States, because as soon as the next administration comes in, they can change everything. So it could be just like it was in Biden, just like it is in Europe. So if they can't get legislation passed, it's almost worthless. So yeah, not impressive. Senator Loomis says if Clarity Act dies, it'll be because Democrats kill it. She's been over backwards for 11 months to negotiate. My favorite senator out there, no doubt. It's they hate Trump, they hate whatever. What's crazy is this is a bipartisan bill. They just don't want to give that win to Trump. Once again, apologize for my voice, not very good today. I'm gonna quit talking after my next show. Yeah, this was interesting. Fed Chair Kevin Warsh supports the September rate hike if inflation comes in higher than expected, which it hasn't been. That hasn't been the trend, right? It's been coming in a little less than expected, but interesting. Not a good thing for risk assets. Could just be talk, though. SpaceX, 900 million shares today. I think that's a 20% unlock. Now, typically this kind of stuff's priced in. Typically, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden today we're going to see a 20%. We actually, so far, SpaceX is up 2%, because it's typically what we call in the traditional market, and I'm sure most of you have heard this, some of you maybe not, buy the rumors, sell the news. In other words, you buy up until the time it happens. The news is, yeah, all these 20% get unlocked, the markets go down. So it gets baked in. You buy the rumor, and then when it actually happens, everyone's already bet that it knows it's going to happen. It's already priced in, and then go the other way. So thus we see, I don't think we're going to see some huge drop unless all those people get it and dump it. But anyway, I do potentially see some more downside for SpaceX, just because the whole There's the AI bubble, infrastructure capex argument. There's just a whole. It had so much hype to begin with. Just reported did good, but it's bleeding down. So I do want to start accumulating that at some point. But right now, I'd rather accumulate on the short term. I'd rather accumulate Bitcoin. I feel like it's more out of favor. JPYC, which is the biggest, seemingly going to be the biggest Japanese stablecoin, where instead of being pegged to the dollar, it's pegged to the yen. They just extended their round B, and they've raised $38 million. I think this is going to be very much like the USDC, the regulated stablecoin of choice for that country. Also, we'll be able, if you want to trade Forex and currencies and you want to hedge or anything, we'll just be able to buy different stablecoins, right? So, pretty cool. I thought this was pretty big news as all. Coinbase launches U.S. stock trading in the U.K., becoming the first crypto native trading app. From August 6th, eligible UK traders can trade nearly 4,000 USA stocks for 24 hours, 5 days, 5 days a week. Oh, wow. Guess they're not going to go on weekends, which I guess they're afraid could be too much arbitrage or too much manipulation. So, yeah, they'll be able to trade it 24 hours, but only when the market's open. Interesting. But anyway, along crypto. So anyway, they got the MiCA approval and everything. So the first really crypto native over there, people will be able to use it instead of like Robinhood, which isn't crypto native. They trade crypto, but they're not crypto native, right? They're a TradFi company doing it. So this is disturbing when you look at it like this. Took the United States 205 years to accumulate its first 1 trillion in national debt. Now at the current price, they're adding 1 trillion every 145 days. Crazy. 2 trillion a year, more than 2 trillion a year. It's ridiculous. Shows you how broke the system is, why you need to buy Bitcoin and maybe other hard assets. Grayscale's rebalancing its crypto fund, adding BNB to its smart contract fund, trimming Uni and Near. The reason I put this in is I think probably ought to, in a balanced portfolio, you probably ought to own a little BNB. Honestly, not as popular among American traders and stuff, but among Asians and other parts of the world, pretty big. I would say own some BNB. Obviously, Grayscale thinks so as well. RWA deposits more than triple to 7.4 billion in Q2. Some people have it as much as 30 to 50 billion, depending on what they're counting as RWA. But it's definitely a niche that's not going away. Oman and Iran are going to issue a joint statement on the new Strait deal. You know, blah 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 blah. Who knows? Who cares? They're both. So one side says something, the other one denies it. Bottom line is that's why we're just looking at the oil price, which right now is actually down slightly. We'll do a last check, and there we are. The Robinhood list cash cat. That's huge. But anyway, let's look back. Just kind of wrap things up here. You can join me over on the GM Bitcoin show. We'll probably talk a little more TBB and some other things. But yeah, let's just kind of refresh this, get the latest. Oh, it looks like crude oil is up now, 1.33%. Let's refresh this and take a good look. Drinking a cold drink. Probably should be drinking hot tea or something, but oh no, there it is. Crude oil. Let me let it refresh before I see. This is showing it's still down about a third. I don't know if that's refreshed or I believe that. Nope, it's up. Yeah, crude oil up 1%, almost 75.98, almost 76%. So yeah, up 1.01%. So hey, Steph, GM. I don't know if you saw it, Steph. Robinhood listed CashCat quadrupled to 210. Now at one, it's now at about 150. We'll look at it again, but yeah, oil up 1% now. Nasdaq up 0.22. Dow down 0.03. S&P up. So oil not looking as good. So it shows that a little bit of uncertainty over there. And then let's look at CashCat here. Still at 144. So it's still a triple, almost off where it was, and wicked all the way up to 210 after Robinhood did it. So we'll just take a last look at Bitcoin. Once again, everyone, sorry for my voice. Hopefully it'll be a little better tomorrow. Rested a little today. Let's look at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin 64, 475. So yeah, popped off the bottom a little bit, up 0.3. So that's where we're at. So yeah, it's a Thursday. Can't expect too much. Come over, Steph Crypto there, Steph Crypto, STEF Crypto 71. Helps the Heine community out. He's their TA guy. He's also helps me out on the GM Bitcoin Morning Show when he could. Recently, he's helped a friend out. He came from the hospitality hotel industry, and he helping a friend out over the summer, train some new managers and stuff. So he can't join us every day, but he's going to join me today as a co-host. Scott's out today. My other three co-hosts all out that were with me for 5 years, all out. Mine and fiat, as we say. Opportunities with their jobs to make more money. And so I encourage you right now, when Bitcoin's down, smart time to be stacking. So yeah, thanks everyone. Jump over. Steph will be helping me co-host over there on the GM Bitcoin Morning Show. And appreciate you joining me today. Not bad day. And really interesting news. We'll see what happens in Iran. We'll see what happens with the Clarity Act. We'll see what happens with the Fed raising rates. Steph, just so you know, he's calling for a rate hike in September. And I'm saying it won't happen because of the election. But as we just reported, Kevin Warsh said he's open to it if inflation isn't looking good. So it'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting, but not bad. All things considered, all kind of the bad news considered, I think we're doing decent. So thanks for joining me. Really appreciate everyone joining live. And like I say, feel free to come join the conversation over there. We'll talk some more. We'll be there for about an hour. Talk about most of the news we talked about today and get some new insights see what Steph's seeing for the market with all this new information coming out. But anyway, have a great Thursday, everybody. And thanks again for joining us live here. And we'll see you tomorrow as we wrap up the week.